Swarajya Samrajya Vibhutiresha Bhavat Kripa Shri Mahima Prasadat Prapta Maya Shri Gurave Mahatmane Namo Namastestu Punarnamostu Namo Namastestu Punarnamostu Namo Namastestu Punarnamostu Namastasmai Sadaikasmai Kasmai Chinmahase Namaha Yadetat Vishwarupena Rajate Guru Rajate Yadetat Vishwarupena Rajate Guru Rajate. Can you chant along with me all the verses? You were chanting quite well yesterday. See the book and chant. Tapo yajna dana divhishuddha buddhi virakto nripade padeshtucha buddhya parityajya sarvam yadapnoti tattvam Param Brahma Nityam Tadevamasmi Dayalum Gurum Brahmanishtam Prashantam Samaradhyamatya Vicharya Swarupam Yadapnoti Tattvam Nididhyasya Vidvan Param Brahma Nityam Tadevahamasmi Yadanandarupam Prakashasvarupam Nirasta Prapancham Parichyedahinam Aham Brahma Vrityaika Gamyam Turiyam Param Brahma Nityam Tadevahamasmi Yadajnanato bhati vishvam samastam vinashtam cha sadyo pada prabodhe manovagatitam vishuddham vimuktam param brahma nityam tadevahamasmi Nishedhe krite neti neti vakyai samadhisthithanam yada bhati purnam avasthatrayatitam advaitam ekam param brahma nityam tadevahamasmi Yadanandaleshai samanandi vishva Yada bhati sattve tada bhati sarvam Yada lokane rupamanyat samastam Vahamasmi Anantam vibhum nirvikalpam niriham Shivam sangahinam yadonkargamyam Nirakaram atyujvalam mrityuhinam Param brahma nityam tadevahamasmi Yada sindho nimagna puman syad avidya vilasas samasta prapanchaha tadana spuratyadbhutam yannimittam param brahma nityam tadevamasmi param brahma nityam tadevamasmi. So we did it in the same tune, but generally we do it one up and one down like that. What is there in the record, that will be better. So tapo yajna dana adivihi, that means tapas, yajna and dana and anything other like that, various Vedic practices whatever, or spiritual practices. Shuddha buddhi, by that what will happen? The aim is to purify the intelligence, not for anything else. Tapasya is not for gaining any material gain. Yajna not for attaining any swarga or anything of the world. Dana for not attaining any greatness or fame or anything. All the purpose of all these practices is to purify our mind and buddhi, purify our mind and intelligence. Particularly the buddhi here they are mentioning, because we have always to we should remember that the ignorance, the ajnana, is in the buddhi. Why am I not able to know my real identity? Why am I thinking that I am small, I am different from all others? It is the ignorance seated in the buddhi. And that ignorance has to go from the buddhi. So the jnana has to remove the ajnana from the buddhi. So those who say that if buddhi is not there, then can we not do? No, buddhi is essential for this emancipation, this final knowledge, whatever they are talking about in the Upanishads. It is a pursuit of the intelligence, but it is not the intellectual pursuit as we think. It is not like that. When we purify the buddhi, automatically the understanding deepens. Actually the Shastras simply directly speak to us. When we purify our buddhi and mind, then we can understand what the Shastras are speaking. We don't have to go through the various interpretations, this, that and all. This, I very often say that suppose the sun is not seen, because the cloud is there. So if the cloud is removed, then the sun becomes visible. Do we have to create the sun for that? Sun was there earlier also, but we were not able to see it. Just like that, the ignorance, which is coming right from birth because of our smallness of the identity, that is given to us. And our involvement in the worldly things, worldly desires, worldly expectations, that do not allow us to see the truth. So when the mind is purified by removing the desires, and buddhi is purified by thinking about our real identity, that is analyzing the Shastras and understanding the truth, the buddhi gets purified. So puja, archana, yajna, homa, reading the Shastras, analyzing the Shastras, all are actually tools. That we should not forget. Tools to purify our mind and buddhi. The result is the purification of mind and buddhi. So whether I am progressing or not has to be judged by ourselves to see that the buddhi has become clear. It is able to understand. It is not getting deluded by worldly attractions and repulsions. In Vivekachoodamani, verse 360, you will find that Ativa Sukshmam Paramatma Tattvam Na Sthula Buddhya Pratipatyum Arhati. I think Swami has done it, no? Ativa Sukshmam Paramatma Tattvam na sthula buddhya sthula drishtya pratipattum arhati samadhina atyanta susukshma vrittivihi or vritya samadhina atyanta susukshma vritya 360 in Vivekachoodamani. अतीव सूक्ष्मं परमात्मतत्त्वं न स्थूलदृष्ट्या प्रतिपत्तुमर्हति समाधिना अत्यन्तसुसूक्ष्मवृत्त्या ज्ञातव्यमार्यैर् अतिशुद्धबुद्धिभिः. See how they have used that atishuddha-buddhiभिः. How many additional terms? Not only Shuddha Buddhi, by the Shuddha Buddhi, but Atishuddha-buddhiभिः. That the intelligence should become clear of all the worldliness, all the smallness, all the attraction, repulsion we have developed from our childhood, from our birth. Everything should be removed. Jnatavyam aryaihi. Arya means a person of good samskara, noble character. Jnatavyam, they know through what atishuddha buddhivi they come to know. What is that? Samadhina atyanta susukshma vritya. In samadhi, there is something called brahmakara vritti. It will come in these shlokas also, which is a very, very subtle, because what is happening, whatever is happening in samadhi, if at that time buddhi, mind, all the indriyas, everything is still, nothing is functioning, but still the memory is awake, everything is awake. So it's an extremely subtle. Vritti means any change in the consciousness, any wave in the consciousness. Normally any thought, any concept, any feeling, any emotion, there are waves in the consciousness. In samadhi there are not supposed to be any wave when the consciousness reveals itself. But how does it reveal? There is a very subtle vritti still in the consciousness which tells us this is the truth, that which reveals the truth to us. Atyanta susukshma vritya, samadhina atyanta susukshma vritya, jnatavyam aryaihi atishuddha buddhivi. Ativa sukshmam paramatma tattvam. That this truth about the Paramatma, about our real identity, about the Brahman, it is extremely subtle. Now, when we say subtle, we have an objective idea about the subtlety. That is, suppose the water is more subtle than this table, the vapor is more subtle than, it's subtler than the water, space is subtler than the vapor, like that. We think always in objective terms, is it not? This is subtler than that. But here it is not so. Here we are transcending all the objectude, where we will know the subject on which the whole objectude is appearing to be. So, we may say ativa sukshmam etc., but it is not the usual objective sukshma, sukshma tara, sukshma tama, not like that. It is transcending all those comparative statements. Na sthula drishtya pratipattum arhati. It cannot be attained by the gross vision, by the gross perception. So you see that this purifying the mind and the buddhi, how important it is to attain this final emancipation, the goal of self-realization. So tapo yajna danadibhi shuddha buddhi. By tapas, yajna, dana, etc., the mind getting purified. Not only that, when a buddhi getting purified, when the buddhi becomes sharp and subtle and pure, what happens is that we no longer get deluded by the world. we understand that the world is never going to give me permanent peace or happiness at all. We are wanting always to be happy. Right from the birth, why are we doing anything? You follow that, you will find that it is only to become happy. Everything we are doing, whether in the office, whether in the household, in the kitchen or in the society, everything is to finally to become happy. That means we have the faith that something from the world will make me happy. Some object or some situation or some praise or something from the world will make me happy. But it doesn't happen. We don't look at the world. Even if we look at the world and find that the richest of the richest are not, rich persons are not happy at all. All over not now, even earlier also. So the properties do not make people happy, rather they make us more happy. Money is needed, but when the need is fulfilled, beyond that we become slave to the money then. Initially money, we are master of the money. We use money to become happy. But very soon we become slave to the money. That money is the cause of unhappiness in our property is the cause of unhappiness. But seeing it all around also our buddhi doesn't get open. What does it mean? It is the ashuddhi of the buddhi does not allow us to see the truth. We still run after that in various ways, sometimes right, sometimes wrong ways, sometimes mostly in a very constricted manner. Not loving our own people also. That makes us even ignore our own close people. So we never become happy like that. So when the buddhi is clarified, buddhi becomes sharp and pure, then all the truths in the shastras, it touches us, we immediately get a feel of it, we immediately understand it. So once we know that it is not going to give me happiness, it is only a poison, then will we again be attracted by that? But that doesn't happen because of the ashuddhi of the buddhi, it doesn't happen. So when the buddhi starts getting purified, and we understand that you must be knowing, so these things Swamiji has told so many times, we have also told, that really when our desires, any desire is fulfilled, the happiness comes. Happiness does not come from the fulfillment of the desire, it comes from the elimination of the desire. Suppose you want something, when you get it, the desire for that is no more there. So you think that the happiness I am getting is from the fulfillment of what I wanted so far. Apparently it is so, but when you go deep into it, you understand that this happiness is coming from within. It is not coming from the object. It has always been there. But the desire was not allowing us to feel the happiness. It was suppressing the happiness. When the desire is fulfilled, that happiness becomes swatasphurta, becomes spontaneous. Actually the origin, our very nature is ananda, our very nature is happiness. Suppose if the happiness lies in some food, say, then you go on eating that food, after some time also you will feel happy by taking that food. The happiness is not in the food, it is in our mind that we were feeling some craving which was making us look for the food. I often give the example, suppose you have gone to the ocean for the first time. You see the ocean and you get, oh, so vast everywhere. So you get great joy. Now you think that the joy is in the ocean. You remain there, after 7 days, standing near the same ocean, you will not look at the ocean, you will quarrel amongst yourselves. Or at that point, when you are saying that the ocean is so great, you are so happy, a news comes that you have lost your job, or something happened. Immediately the mind collapses. How does it happen? If the happiness lies in the ocean is right in front. At that time also we should have been happy. But these things we don't analyze. It is just by listening, it will not happen. We have to analyze in every aspect of our daily life, every aspect of our life, that where lies the happiness. How is it that when we leave everything, we become happy? Suppose those who have been able to have some successful meditation, when are you happiest, blissful? When there is no thought, means no world, nothing. So if the happiness is coming from the world, when there is no world, how can you become happy? You get my point? At that state of the successful meditation, there is no thought, and then you become very peaceful, very happy. So when the world, at that time the world is not there in your mind. So if no world gives you the blissfulness, the greatest happiness, then again after coming back from meditation, we will again look for the worldly happiness, run after them. That means the buddhi has not been clarified, the buddhi has not become pure. This is what the buddhi has to be purified like this. By vichara it is called. It is that anything to look into the world and ourselves, it is called viveka buddhi, discriminating with the buddhi, the real and unreal. It is called viveka buddhi. And in Yoga Vasistha they repeatedly use the word vichara. Vichara, see, everywhere it will be there. We should not miss this point. People have lot of ideas. No, I am very devoted to God. Will I not be able to know? How can you know? Knowing takes place in our intelligence, in our understanding. Yoga Vasistha says, Vichara tishnatamethya dhihi pashyati parampadam dirgha samsara rogasya vicharo hi mahushadam. Vichara tishnatamethya dhihi pashyati parampadam. It is the buddhi. Buddhi means the very foundation of the buddhi. It is called the dhi, where the understanding takes place. It is not the intellect as we understand. Suppose a scientist who is thinking about a problem for years perhaps. One fine morning after getting up from the sleep, he suddenly discovers. It happens very often, not only with scientists, with the musicians, with everybody it happens. Suddenly, even with the spiritual people also, the meaning of a shloka, it just rises in our mind when we get up from sleep. Now sleep is a state. If you had a good sleep, means it was a zero state. So that time it rising. So at time the buddhi is not working. Buddhi is not analyzing at that time. Whatever analysis it did, it had helped the buddhi to prepare. But the final illumination takes place without the buddhi. When the buddhi is, but where it is taking place? It is where we call it dhi, the understanding, the foundation where from the buddhi is coming. Buddhi is an active state of intellect and of the intelligence. Here it is not the active state, but is a fundamental state of the understanding. Generally we call it, that is actually the consciousness. Generally we call it prajna. In Buddhism also it is called prajna. So the question is, this is everywhere you will find that vichara tishnatamethya dhihi pashyati parampadam. By this constant vichara, what happens is the buddhi becomes very sharp and pure. And that is how it is able to see the ultimate truth. Pashyati parampadam. It is not seeing with the eyes. It is not knowing with any of the sense organs. It is the buddhi which becomes absolutely clear about the truth. The revelation takes place in the buddhi. That is generally in our shastras it is called ikshana. It is not called pashyana, but we use all the words. Ikshana means the vision of the buddhi. The buddhi becomes so clear that there cannot be any doubt. Doubtlessly you know that this is the truth. So, dirgha samsara rogasya vicharo himaushadam. That the worldliness, the great medicine of whatever worldliness because of which we are suffering and we are confused, we are deluded, the medicine for that is vichara. Without vichara, it will not happen. You may be extremely devoted to some god or whatever you do, but in your active, interactive life, you will find still lack of clarity, till so many selfishness, this, that, and all. It still will be as troublesome as it was. Virakto nripade pade tuchha buddhya. Nripa adi. Nripa means king. Nripa adi means kingship. In the pade means in the throne of the king, in the position of kingship. In that one becomes viraktaha. Viraktaha is just the reverse of saktaha. The whole Bhagavad Gita is to remove the sakti. Sakti means a clinging. Clinging to what I like and hating what I dislike. That is the ragadvesha or sakti, which is the trouble. The whole trouble is to get rid of, whole sadhana is to get rid of the ragadvesha. Now, virakta means one who is not sakta. Sakti and virakti, they are two opposites. Sakti, virakti. We sometimes use asakti also. Sakti and asakti are same. A little shade difference. Virakti and asakti. So, one develops vairagya, virakti, or say not clinging to anywhere. Now, you can just read it and say that the two, thinking of the king's position as it is nothing. Tuchha buddhya means considering that to be nothing, insignificant, of no importance, that the position of the king is no importance. But why should you think of the position of the king? We should think of our position, not only in the company directorship or anything, that you can think. But the subtlest and the most important is every time you are looking for position, expecting position, you will think that you are speaking with 2-3 people are speaking. They are also, if you are not honored, you feel bad. That is, expectation is there, whatever you are saying, people should honor you. That is also a pada, where you should feel absolutely virakti, means you don't bother about it at all. Your buddhi is clear, you do whatever you feel to be the true, you say whatever it is worth you feel to be true, and you don't say it out of any ego, any preference, prejudice at all. So whether people regard it or not, it doesn't matter. So much we are speaking. How many of you, or at all any one of you, are going to value it? I am not saying that, but real value, if it is not done, how does it matter? We are trying to help people by whatever we have found to be helpful. By expressing that, we are trying to, if it is of any help to the society. That's all. For that, if no pada is given, no position is given, no honor. So we have to think in our level. Don't think that in throne I will not have any. Who is giving you the throne? So why should you think of the throne at all? These things take us away from the meaning of the Shastras. They have written for certain reason at that time. But when the king's position is also ignored, then will not the small position of leader of this, leader of that, or leading this, leading that, all these has to be ignored. Even in Gurupoornima, the teams are formed. Now there will be some tussle here and there. So why should we bother about it? We will try to do the function, run the function properly in the proper manner. Many people will say many things. Some will say that तो उनको बना दिया leader, वो कुछ करता ही नहीं है. ठीक है, अगर क्या क्या करना है बता दीजिए, हम करेंगे. अगर करता नहीं है बोलते हैं तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, उसमें क्या है, कुछ नहीं है. इट इज ऑल आवर इग्नोरेंस. सो वी शुड थिंक इन टर्म्स ऑफ वॉट एवर इज एप्लीकेबल टू आवर लाइफ, नॉट इन द. कैन यू गिव मी अ टिश्यू? विरक्तो नृपादेह पदे. Nripa adi, that means any such position. Tuchha buddhya. Tuchha means of no value. Tuchha buddhya means not considering of any importance. Parityajya sarvam. Renouncing everything. Now parityajya sarvam means, can you leave everything? Leave home, leave the building, leave everything. Can you leave everything? We cannot. As long as the body is there, you have to stay somewhere, you have to take food somewhere. So that parityajya is not outer parityajya they are talking about. Even a king like Janaka and so many others, they become knower. By leaving what? Not the kingship. In Yoga Vasistha you will find so many people left their kingship and went away into the forest. Finally they got to see one knower, hermit, and got enlightened and came back and ruled the kingdom without any problem. Our Vidyaranya Muni, once in Vijayanagara kingdom there was a crisis. He was a sannyasi in Mathadipati. He went to and ruled the kingdom for some time. How does it matter? It is a need and he ruled the kingdom. And again came back. It is said that, I don't know whether it is true, said that he came back to his Guru. At that time the Guru asked that, have you forgotten everything by ruling the kingdom? He said, I don't think I have any effect of that. So then he asked him to compose. That is how the Panchadashi was composed, is what they say. Panchadashi by Vidyaranya, which is in Vedanta the primary text people follow. It's a very brief, full coverage of Vedanta. So, Parityajya is not what you have, your dress you have to give up, your food you have to give up, everything. It's not like that. But not to cling anything that we are having. So, such a person can stay either in the palace or in a kutia or in the forest. Just wants to test. In my young days, when during graduation I stayed in a pine forest for 7 days. Digha, it was pine forest. So I did not go to any accommodation at all. On the bed is with the dry leaves fallen on that. So that, about 7 days I think we stayed there. Another time I stayed 7 days on the seashore where there were nobody at all. I was alone. Nothing was there. Only one tea shop used to be opened in the morning and he would go away after some time. So I used to get some food from him. It doesn't matter at all. We get too much, as long as the health is all right. Now if I go, I will die. Parityajya sarvam yadapnoti tattvam. Yat tattvam apnoti. Apnoti means attains. Yat tattvam apnoti. Tad param brahma. Tad nityam param brahma. Aham asmi. Eva aham asmi. If possible, I can write down the Anvaya and give you at the end of this. Will it be convenient? Are you interested in? Because it is not available. The book also I could not find anywhere. We have to make it then. So far, if anybody knows any book is available, we can take it. That Anvaya of Vijnana Nauka. Some Shankaracharya complete volume, it might be there. Sanjay can look for into the internet. Anvaya is given. Anvaya. Anvaya is not meaning. Anvaya is the prose form of the Sanskrit where you can easily understand. The word meanings also will be given each. It's the prose form in Sanskrit itself. That makes the shlokas very simple, because in the shloka the words are moving here and there. In a prose form we arrange so that, and the difficult words we can put in bracket the meaning, so it becomes easily understandable. Tapo yajna dana dibhi shuddha buddhihi virakto nripade pade tuchha buddhya parityajya sarvam yadapnoti tattvam
Parityajya sarvam yadapnoti tattvam
param brahma nityam tadevahamasmi
Param Brahma Nityam Tadevahamasmi
param brahma nityam tadevahamasmi
Param Brahma Nityam Tadevahamasmi
Tattvam means the truth. Tattva means in essence what is the truth. So the total meaning will be like this: that truth which is attained by the purification of the intelligence through Tapas, Yajna and Dhyana, etc. And considering any position to be of no consequence or insignificant, and leaving our dependence, Parityajya Sarvam, I am translating as leaving our dependence on anything in the world. Parityaga means that leaving. But material parityaga will not mean anything. It is the mind which has to be freed of its dependence on the world. That if the dependence is not there, then we don't have any problem. That truth, the Brahman, the transcendental, the Brahman which transcends time, am I. Tat eva ahamasmi. I am that truth. Second, next one. Dayalum gurum brahmanishtham prashantam
Dayalum Gurum Brahmanishtham Prashantam
Samaradhyamatya vicharya swarupam
Samaradhyamatya Vicharya Swarupam
Yadapnoti tattvam nididhyasya vidvan
Yadapnoti tattvam nididhyasya vidvan
Param brahma nityam tadevahamasmi
Param Brahma Nityam Tadevahamasmi
Param brahma nityam tadevahamasmi
Param Brahma Nityam Tadevahamasmi.
Now, yesterday itself Swamiji was talking about the dimension of the Guru. That is Vivekachoodamani 33. Forgotten? What is the dimension? Shanta mahanto nivasanti santo vasantava lokahitam charantaha Tirna Swayam Bhima Bhavarnavam Janan Anyan Ahetunam Pitarayantaha. This is the dimension of the Guru. What kind? Here they are saying Dayalum Gurum. The same Ahetuka Daya Sindhu. That is also there in another. Ahetuka Daya Sindhu Bandhurat Anamatam Satam. What is that? 37? Shrotriyo Abridgino. 33 pare, na? 37. Let us see the 37 is Shanta Mahanto Nivasanti Santo Vasantavallokahitam Charantaha Tirna Swayam Bhima Bhavarnavam Janan Ahetunanyana Pitarayantaha. And the other one is 33. Shrotriyo Avrijino Akamahato Yo Brahmavittamaha Brahmanyupa. This is also there in Atmasudha. Brahmanyuparata Shanto Nirindhanaivanalaha Ahetuka Daya Sindhu Bandhuranamatam Satam. This Shrotriya means who is adept in Shastras, generally it is translated. But we generally translate it as who knows the essence of the Shastras. Shrotriya means it is not a scholar in Shastras. Many scholars will know all the Upanishads and all. It is not necessary for the knower. But the scholar may not know what is the purpose of all those shlokas, is to know who am I. So Shrotriya means who has realized the essence of the Shastras. That means whatever the Shastras want to communicate, that he has realized. He becomes a Shrotriya. So whenever we refer to a Guru, a knower, we say Shrotriyo Brahmanishta, Shrotriya Brahmanishta. These are the two words mostly used. That is, he has to fulfill the purpose of the Shastras first of all. And if he does it, it automatically leads to Brahmanishta, because he has known that the whole world is appearing on Brahman. The essentially it is Brahman. All other things are just appearance. So his Nishtha means complete dedication. That means other than that nothing else exists, because all others are made of that only. So Nishtha, Brahmanishta will automatically come when we know that everything is but Brahman. There is nothing else. All are appearances on Brahman. So Dayalum Gurum, who is a ocean of kindness, Brahmanishtam, Prashantam. Prashantam means not ordinary Shanta. Ordinary Shanta will be apparently peaceful and calm and so. But Prashanta means Prakrishta Rupena Shanta. That means whose mind also is calm. His mind is absolutely calm. Whatever to be thought, he thinks. Otherwise, no chatter, nothing. Not a chatterbox. No clutter. So, Samaradhya Matya. Samaradhya means Samyak Aradhya. Aradhana, everybody knows. To do upasana, puja, worship. Samaradhya means Samyak Aradhya. That means who has done Samyak Aradhana to such a Guru. Samaradhya Matya. This is a very important point here. In some of the versions it is written Bhaktya, which is simpler, but Bhaktya doesn't have the deeper meaning which Matya has. Matya means devotion, but a determination resolution which is unswerving, unwavering. Mati means the intelligence. With that you have understood the dimension of the Guru. See, Guru Bhakti, everybody will say. What Guru Bhakti? One person had come and said that, Swamiji, I have given everything to you. Tan, man, dhan, sab kuch de diya hai. I would like to dedicate myself to you. Please allow me to stay in the ashram and rest of my life. I have left my family, I have left my children, I have left my property. Please allow me to stay. Swamiji said that wo nahi hoga tumse. Because you are not happy in the family, you could not stay with anybody in the family or in the office also. Everywhere there was trouble. So it is better that you go somewhere alone and do your tapasya. In the ashram it is much more than a family. It's a much complicated family, much diverse family, where each person is coming from a different cultural background, bhasha, economic background, educational background, everything is different. How can you think that it will be very harmonious, comfortable? I am not threatening you, scaring you. You have to become comfortable with that, then only we will progress in that. You can easily do tapasya and become a very great saint outside. Remain alone in a kutia and those who come, you will say, ho jayega. Sab theek hai, beta ye karo, wo karo. Bas itna hi hai, aur kya hai? Stay in an ashram, catch him and put him in the ashram, in 7 days he will run away. यहाँ तो कोई आश्रम नहीं है, यहाँ तो सब वर्ल्डलीनेस है, केवल दुनियादारी है यहाँ. They will say, यहाँ पे आश्रम नहीं है, ये खाली दुनियादारी है. सबको डांट रहा है, कुत्ता लेके खेल रहा है, ये क्या है? So, Guru Bhakti means you have to understand the dimension of the Guru. Without that, real Guru Bhakti will not come. The moment he starts scolding you, within 7 days you will go away. Or something you do not like what he is doing, you will go away. You will not be able to have the same Bhakti. From a distance, वो बड़ा photograph लगा दिया है चारों तरफ. Once Swamiji had left one ashram in Delhi for a person, and who said that it doesn't matter at all. You see everywhere on my wall, Swamiji is standing and sitting everywhere I am doing. So that is like doing puja to a deity who will never criticize you, never ask you, why are you doing this, why are you doing that. The Guru will ask, because Guru wants you to get purified. Then you cannot stay with the Guru, you keep Guru's photograph. That is, it was equal, you could have kept Shivji's photograph or Durga's photograph also, it's the same thing. So this Samyak Aradhya, that itself is Samyak Puja, properly doing the worship. What? Matya means with enough of understanding of who the Guru is, what is his dimension, and then only we will have the resolution and determination to have the devotion to the Guru. That kind. So many things are there. How much I will say? You can look into the dictionary, you will find Matya, it is given. So many meanings are given. All are. Huh?
What is Samyak Aradhya? What is properly doing worship?
There are so many people do not do worship properly. Properly means you do with enough of purity, with the, generally they will say according to the Vedic prescriptions. That means all, not without taking bath, or those are initially. But ultimately it is with real devotion, not only asking for building and asking for my son's job or grandson's children, grandson's marriage. These are not Samyak Aradhana. You are doing it for your own. and you are busy in giving all the prasada offering to the Guru, which you like. To the God. Otherwise, why the prasada should be different in Bengal and Gujarat? Both are sweet lovers, but the sweets are different in two places. It is what we like, we offer to the God. Who knows what God likes? They have not seen God, they don't know whether God is there or not. How can you know which sweet God will like? We offer only what we like and eat ourselves. Eat only. Patram Pushpam also God, how can he take? Yome bhaktya prajachati, that bhakti only, that also God doesn't take. By bhakti, our mind becomes enriched. Everywhere it is our enrichment that is finally. So Samyak Aradhya is Aradhana with surrender actually. Truly speaking, the ultimate is surrendering. Here, because particularly you are talking about the Guru, that Prashantam Dayalum Brahmanishtam Gurum Samaradhya. When you are offering to the Guru, worshipping the Guru, it means nothing other than surrender. What does surrender means? That story I was telling. In between some happened and that man came and said that this is what I want. So Swamiji said, you go and do tapasya alone. He said, no, Swamiji, but I have dedicated everything to me. I will stay at your feet and do seva here. And I will stay at your feet and do your seva. Acha, what is the seva we can do to the Guru? Is it not following what are the Guru's instructions? The only seva to be done to Guru is following Guru's words. That is the best. There is best seva is there, Dakshina Jnana Sandesha, that the Guru who is giving the knowledge, to realize that knowledge fully and then distribute to others. What the Guru was doing that job. That is the ultimate seva. But as such, seva means following Guru's words, whatever he wants, understanding what he wants and doing that. Now here the Guru is directly, openly asking him to go to a secluded place and doing tapasya, and he is not ready to do that. He is saying, no, hum yahin pe rah jayenge. So is it bhakti? It is not surrender, it is not listening to the Guru even. And matya means still more than that, that understanding the dimension of the Guru, that with the intelligence, with our understanding what the Guru wants, what is the dimension of the Guru, then only the real devotion will come and you will be able to follow his words fully. Then this is one part. Then vicharya swarupam. Vicharya swarupam. That means we have to do vichara about what is my real identity. That is what we are always doing. That in meditation, this vichara is not there, that is why we are not becoming successful in meditation. In meditation also, we are looking for the self, as if self will come with the two horns and one tail. This looking for has to be removed. That is the vichara. That self is nothing different from me. Self is what I am. So as long as I am looking for the self different from me, which I am looking at, how can it be the self? Who is looking is the self. So when there is nothing other than the seer, then only it will be possible. So how will you correct your meditational approach? Unless you do vichara, बुद्धू के जैसा बैठे रहने से zero बन के रहोगे और कुछ नहीं हो जाएगा. Every day, even if you become thoughtless also, by God's grace, every day you will become thoughtless for half an hour and remain the same Buddha in your life. By thoughtlessness, what will happen? Just thoughtlessness we don't want, that nobody understands. What are we trying to attain in meditation? Without the knowledge of the bodha. Bodha means what? The consciousness in which the whole world is appearing to be. By becoming thoughtless, if we miss that consciousness, then that thoughtlessness will not give us anything. Again thoughts will come and you will again flow with the thought. What you have to do is, the thoughts are coming in the Chaitanya Akasha or Chaitanya Samudra. There we have to find out what is that Chaitanya Samudra. Be their thoughts or be not. If their thoughts are there or not there, it doesn't matter. We have to have that bodha. Without that bodha, if it is thoughtlessness, it is just vritti shunya, then it will be just a jada samadhi like. Nothing will be gained by that. That is why people ask, many sadhaks ask that, Swamiji, no thoughts are there when I sit for meditation. What am I to do after that? Such a question does not come, because it will be settling his question forever. Because if in the thoughtless state, if he has the feel of what I am, that conscious sagar, then there won't be any question. He will be dancing, and like after getting up, he will say, like our Shastras in Panchadashi also, in Chandogya, in Taittiriya also it is there. That is, in wonder he will say, Aho Guru, Aho Shastra, what is this? What I have gained today? It is not that Swamiji thought तो कुछ नहीं आता है, फिर क्या करना है उसके बाद? मर जाना है और क्या करना है? It is spirituality not for making us dumb, making us weak, making us weakling. Nayamatma balahinena labhyaha. This Atma is not to be attained by the balahina. You might be Nobel laureate, you might be first class holder, nothing. If you are meek, if you are coward, it is not for you. It needs the greatest courage, because you have to see your death. What is your death? The egoistic personality has to get dissolved. Our what is that? Mandukya Karika? Gaudapada. He says, Yogina vibhyati hyasmat abhaye bhayadarshinaha. Here, coming to this, the yogis also come back out of fear. Why? Abhaye bhayadarshina. In the abode of fearlessness, they find fear. Why? Because they think that I am going to die. What is dying is that small ego he has posited that this is what I am. Unless that gets dissolved, how can you become universal Brahman, I? The Atma, the real Atma. But they think I am going to die, and that is their clinging to the body is so much, bodily identity is so much, and they have not, if they don't do the vichara, it is not going to go. Vicharya Swarupam. So we have to analyze our real identity. Yadapnoti tattvam nididhyasya vidvan. Nididhyasana is a particular, the advanced level of dhyana, you can say. Generally, exclusive knowledge pursuit or kevala jnana nishtha. It is called kevala jnana nishtha, for which we are not fit. Generally we don't take it. Only those who are absolutely free of desires, has renounced everything, for them is kevala jnana nishtha. They need not do anything else at all. Kevala jnana nishtha. For them the whole sadhana is shravana, manana, nididhyasana. But in our case, because of the impurity remaining in our mind, in our intelligence, we have to have, along with that, the karma yoga, that buddhi yoga part, that which will purify our mind through interactions and all. Or to some extent, as Shankaracharya says, Hatha Yoga also should be practiced to some extent. That means to purify the whole being, the body, mind, intelligence, the personality. So the Kevala Jnana Nishtha, the three pursuits are Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. You listen to the truth, you are very, very pure like Nachiketa, then just listening is enough. You will become a knower. If you are not that much, Shravana, Manana, you have to analyze, you have some doubts and all, so you have to analyze and resolve the doubts you are suffering from. Buddhi mein doubt, kuch hai, why this, why that and all, they have to be resolved. Then it is okay. But you don't have that much of purity, then you need Nididhyasana also. That is when the buddhi has got satisfied, then you have to just simply contemplate on that truth till you attain the Jnana Samadhi. This is the general exclusive method. So he says, Yadapnoti Tattvam Nididhyasya Vidvan. A learned seeker, Vidvan, knowledgeable seeker, learned seeker, by worshipping such a Guru, Dayalum Gurum Brahmanishtam Prashantam Guru, by worshipping properly with surrendering to him, understanding his dimension, and analyzing his Swarupa, his real identity, and taking recourse to Dhyana and Nididhyasana, Yat Tattvam Apnoti, the truth one attains, that Param Brahma I am, that Supreme Brahman I am. Can you write down when I am saying? We can then just edit and make it. This Dhyana and Nididhyasana, generally it is differentiated as, Nididhyasana is defined as Eka Tattva Ghana Abhyasa. Eka Tattva Ghana Abhyasa. Eka Tattva Ghana Abhyasa. Ghana means there is no gap. Absolutely packed. Eka Tattva means that you don't have to think of any other deity, deva or anything in life. You are thinking only of the Brahman, only of the ultimate truth. That is the Eka Tattva. Ghana means there is no break in it, only that is going on. Abhyasa, the practicing, Eka Tattva Ghana Abhyasa. Abhyasa means practice. In practical sense, it is called Taila Dharavat. Suppose you pour water, it gets split into droplets. The dhyana is like that. Sometimes you are meditating, sometimes your mind is going here and there. So they are broken droplets. But if you pour oil, then it is a continuous spread, which gets spread like that. So Nididhyasana is like a Taila Dharavat. It is like the flow of oil. But actually the definition is Eka Tattva Ghana Abhyasa. So we will stop today, take the questions. Dayalum Gurum Brahmanishtham Prashantam
Dayalum Gurum Brahmanishtham Prashantam
Samaradhyamatya Vicharya Swarupam
Samaradhyamatya Vicharya Swarupam
Yadapnoti Tattvam Nididhyasya Vidvan
Yadapnoti Tattvam Nididhyasya Vidvan
Param Brahma Nityam Tadevahamasmi
Param Brahma Nityam Tadevahamasmi
Param Brahma Nityam Tadevahamasmi
Param Brahma Nityam Tadevahamasmi.
Oh, quite a few are there. Can I cross the time by 5 minutes or so? No. Thou in that. Or is there any other time when we can? Before the lecture if you do, because otherwise every day it will become like this. Achha, let me see, one or two. I am sincere in this path now. How do I know I am sincere enough? I am sincere in this path now. How do I know I am sincere enough? See, what is telling you that you are sincere? If you are able to find in your mind that you are sincere, that itself should tell you whether the sincerity is enough or not. Sincerity, there is no limit. How can we say that I am sincere now? That means I have some measure of some yardstick for the sincerity which is telling me that I am sincere now. So the question is not well formed, it is out of something you have to think well. How do I know I am sincere enough? Actually, when I become sincere enough, then the question will not come. So I can reply saying that you are not sincere enough. But that is not the way. It is actually a little ill-formed question, that it should be what faculty is telling me that I am sincere now, that faculty should be able to tell whether this sincerity enough or it has to be more. Normally it has to be more. How to sustain Vairagya? Vairagya has to be sustained by Vairagya and Viveka. That is, they are complemented, they are, what do you call it, each other, regenerative I use, but there is another, symbiotic. Symbiotic. That is, as the Viveka grows, Vairagya automatically comes. Suppose just now I was speaking about Viveka. What is the Viveka? That the joy does not lie anywhere in the world. It is from within. But we think that we are getting fulfilled by getting something from the world. It is Viveka which is telling us that no, it is not so. The world will never give you the fulfillment. Fulfillment will be when you forget the world. That is, in meditation I said that when you forget the world, then you get the highest joy. So the highest joy lies in forgetting the world, not from the world. So lack of vichara makes us again look for something from the world to become happy. Actually, whenever we want to become happy, if we are not happy, we have to look within and become happy. But later on, we will not crave for happiness also. No, there are many questions here.
It was on this point, Viveka and Vairagya. Very short question. If Viveka and Vairagya are directly correlated, where does Vijnana fit in?
No, Vijnana I have not talked about. Viveka and Vairagya are directly related. When Viveka increases, Vairagya automatically goes. What is Vairagya? Vairagya is Viraga. Raga means color. Whatever we are seeing the world or seeing ourselves, we are applying a color. Color of what? Me and mine, others, or the better will be likes and dislikes. The Raga Dvesha color we are applying and seeing the world. So it is not the real world we are seeing. So Vairagya means Raga means we are not applying that color of likes and dislikes. So Vairagya means not clinging to what I like and not hating what I dislike. So that naturally Viveka will enhance the Vairagya. More and more Viveka means Vairagya also will increase. We will know that there is nothing to cling to in this world. So as Vairagya grows, our vision will become clearer. Is it not? Because no more coloring is there, we will see whatever it is, what is its worth. So clear vision means Viveka. So they grow hand in hand. More Viveka you cultivate, Vairagya grows. More Vairagya you have, Viveka becomes sharpened. Like that they help each other. There is a shloka in Vivekachoodamani, perhaps Swamiji will teach, that Viveka and Vairagya are like the two wings of a bird, that you fly with these two. So how to sustain Vairagya is very clear. But Viveka, one caution is there. Viveka means discrimination. A good scientist may have very clear discrimination about true and untrue, Nitya and Anitya and all. But after knowing also he will follow the Anitya, he will not do the Nitya. That is, we differentiate between what will take me to the auspicious goal and what will be catching me in the world. After knowing very well also, if I follow whatever will be, Viveka is denying. Whatever Viveka is saying is wrong. If you follow the wrong, then it is not called Viveka. In English it is discrimination. But in Sanskrit we won't call it Viveka unless you follow the Nitya. Say, in its beginning stage, the Viveka means differentiating between Shreyas and Preyas. Preyas means immediately enjoyable, and Shreyas means which will take us to the ultimate auspicious goal. So Viveka is analyzing, telling us this path is to Shreyas, this path is to Preyas. Knowing that if I follow the Preyas, then it is not called Viveka. Although you are understanding, but it is, we won't call it as Viveka. Viveka must give rise to Vairagya. If it doesn't give rise to Vairagya, then it's not real Viveka. That's only theoretical Viveka. So this is a very caution we should remember. I think I have to stop. The only one question I could. You are saying what? Vijnana?
Where does Vijnana fit in?
No, Vijnana means Visheshajnana. Vijnana is used in two senses. One is for science, where Visheshajnana means fragmented knowledge of everything distinguished and all. Another is used for realized knowledge. Jnana is theoretical knowledge, Vijnana is realized knowledge. And Prajnana, there was a question on this also. Prajnana means Pratishta Jnana. Prajnana is generally only used for the non-dual knowledge. That is the consciousness. Okay.